Today we are going to work on making some beads, and we're using some materials that you might recognize from other videos. One of those upcycled materials are magazine tubes. So in another video I made a bunch of these magazine tubes for some other projects. So we are going to use these to make some tube beads, some tube style beads that we can string. You're also going to need some kind of thread or ribbon or yarn and a needle that you can easily string with. For younger students, you could do this with a plastic needle. That might be a little bit safer, but any kind of needle will work, as long as you can get your yarn or thread or string through the eye of the needle. And then of course we're going to need scissors, because this would be a really big bead. There is no way you could use that as a bead. So what we're going to do is cut these into smaller pieces. So if you have any of these left over from another project, this is a great way to use them. So we're going to just cut them and be really careful, because they might want to go flying. So I'm taking my time, and that one even went zoom right off of the camera view. So there's one bead, and if I want to be really particular, I could try to measure them, but I'm just going to kind of go with it and eyeball it. That's kind of what you say when you're just looking at it, trying to figure it out. Right, so I gathered up hopefully all of my runaway beads, and now I'm going to start stringing them with my thread and needle. So I can, if I have different colors, I can try to make a pattern, but I just want to show you the technique. I'm not going to worry so much about that. I just want to make sure the needle fits through the opening of the bead, and you're just going to string them. Now, if you want to be extra fancy, you're doing this maybe at home, or it's older students that are doing these paper beads, then you could certainly take more time with it and be more intentional in your cutting. You could also seal these, because these are not sealed. They were just glued together. So if you want to make these more durable, you could seal them with like a Mod Podge or an acrylic sealant, or even clear nail polish would seal these really nicely to give them some shine and make them a little bit more durable. Okay, so this is just stringing some beads. Okay, so when you are done stringing your beads, if you plan to make this into a necklace, this might be too short for a necklace for a person, but it would be a good necklace for a doll. So you could make this for a doll, or if you made this shorter, you could make it a bracelet. But when you are done stringing, what you do is you take your two ends, so make sure you have enough space on both ends of your string. You can cut off at the needle, because now you don't need the needle anymore. So I'm going to put it someplace safely to the side, and then you're just going to take your two pieces and practice tying a knot. So if you need to remember how to tie a knot, there is another video for that, but we will review it. So we're going to make a X with our two ends, and then this bottom piece, we're going to go up and over, and then take it back under. So kind of like when you're tying your shoes, and then bring it in close, and then you're going to do the same thing, make an X, and you're going to go, the one that's over is going to go under, through the hole, and then pull the ends Make sure you pull it really tight. Okay, and now it's tied together. And if you don't want this long string, because maybe that's distracting, you just cut it. And there you go. You have your strung paper beads. And you can use these on a doll